Hi, Mary.
How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
I hear your son got married yesterday.
He did, yes, he did, right here at Mike.
Wow, that's great. Well, Sue has been kind enough to sit down and, the day after her son's wedding and give us a little sense of her experience and how they came to have their wedding here and how it went and how the planning went and how the whole day came off and so forth. And we have a nice day to sit out here on the porch, nice and quiet after the hubbub of yesterday. I imagine it's quite a contrast. So how'd it go? How are you feeling today, 24 hours later?
Well, I feel great. I feel relaxed and happy because it was just a wonderful experience. It was great. And we found out about Migis because my daughter got married right here at Migis 7 years ago. So that's how we knew about it. And she found out about it just by I think it might have been online. Either that or we just wandered down here because we were curious about the brown sign. We were just curious. It was a very understated sign. What's down there? And we looked at Migis first, and then we looked at probably 13 other places all around the state.
Wow.
And we ended up right back here at Migis, which was interesting because we could have saved ourselves all that work. I thought this was it from the beginning, but she had to see everything else. And she ended up here and had a great experience. And then when my son Ben wanted to get married, they got engaged last, I guess it must have been last May, a year ago, a year ago when his fiancée graduated from college. He gave her a ring for her college graduation, and they just knew they wanted it here. They didn't have as much money as Emily did, and it was incredible how your staff was able to work with them to keep it low. You had your minimum, but you were very happy to do just as great a job with the minimum amount of people as Emily had with her bigger crowd. And we got the same experience.
That's wonderful to hear.
And that's really nice because, we knew we were trying to really keep the cost down for them. And you guys were great. And, the thing that makes me so, it's amazing that you have very few rules around here. You have your minimums and what you need to do for you, for your business, but then your staff makes this place feel like your home, like it's your home.
Can you tell me primarily who you worked with, and was it you, or was it your son and his
Yeah, it was
bride?
Mostly, my experience was a little different. I had a mother of the bride experience with Emily, and then a mother of the groom experience with Ben. And although I was pretty involved, because I was here before at Migis, I knew where the doors were, I knew where the favors went. I just had a little knowledge of where things should go in preparation for the wedding. So I was a little more involved probably than most mothers of the groom. But I still experienced, and I think everyone just experienced a welcoming feeling, no matter who you were. If you were just a guest and you wandered into the dining room, even though the doors were closed, no one bit your head off. They were just like, promise you won't tell anyone what it looks like, and come on in. And how nice, rather than saying, we don't open until 5:30. We never got that. It was just, nobody says no. They always, you just try to make it the best experience. My mother, who was 90, was here and needed a special chair up in her room so that she could sit on the patio and look at the campfire, and somebody we didn't even ask. They just said, "You want one of these chairs?" And I'm like, wow, yeah. Like, how did you know that? How did you know we needed an umbrella? How did you know? I don't know. It's a great experience. It's very, it's not what you would expect. I was telling you before, Mary, that all of our guests that were from away, from out of state, and they heard that Ben was going to have this wedding at a lodge with some cabins, and they said, oh yeah, that'll be okay, that'll be great. Yeah, Maine cabins. And when they got here, they weren't expecting just the luxury, Wi-Fi in every room, and just it's luxurious. It's equal to any fine resort that you would find anywhere.
That was great. Yeah.
And they had lots of choices, and they made their choices based on what they liked themselves, and it seemed to go very smooth.
Great.
They did a wonderful job, and I think they handled a lot of. I think Robin handled a lot of the menu things, and John as well, and then getting in touch afterwards a few months down the road to talk about the cake. I know someone called Shelley, or maybe Shelley called. I'm not sure about that, but it was primarily Robin and John
Great.
that they dealt with.
So was there ceremony here at Migis also?
It was, yes. Yeah, they had their ceremony down on the lower lawn. My daughter had it up here on the patio.
We call this terrace, up
the
here.
Terrace, right, close to the lodge. But Ben and Shelley decided to have theirs down on the lower lawn, and they decided to use the boat, which
the Ticona,
yeah, beautiful, great old boat. And they decided to do that. And when we were with Robin and John planning this, I said, "Gee, Shelley, you're wearing the kind of a wedding dress that's quite fitted around your knees, and then it sort of puffs out at the bottom. And how are you going to feel about getting out of a boat with that tight dress around your knees?" And Robin and John both said, "We haven't lost a bride yet. She's going to be fine." So she decided to use the boat, and it was stunning. We were very lucky to have a gorgeous day for May 20th. We were thinking it might rain, and it might be chilly, as it is sometimes in May, but it was just gorgeous. And it was hot. In fact, it was too hot. It must have been 85 degrees, and we were a little sweltering down on the lawn. We wished for a little shade down there, but it was worth it. She came in on the boat. They circle in front of where the guests are, which is really fancy, and you can wave and clap, and then they brought her back to the dock, and when she did alight from the boat without falling in, everyone just cheered over on the lawn. So it was beautiful. And another thing that I hadn't experienced before, because Emily didn't use the boat, was the fact that they put a "Just Married" sign on the back of the boat when they leave, and the bride and the groom leave together. So that's beautiful, and it also gives them a little peaceful time. I saw them going out. Tim took them out for a while in the water, and you knew that they were just chilling out and relaxing and talking to each other, and it was superb. It was really terrific. Another great thing about the ceremony is what's his name? Todd.
Oh, Jed?
Jed.
Jed.
Yes. Jed was just great. They take all of the worry off of the bride and the groom and the parents and anyone else who's in the wedding by just being the directors. I think they must intuitively or through experience know that you've already lost your mind. And they just tell you where to be, where to stand. They get your guests where they're supposed to be in a very calm way. And they also put up with guests who won't listen, like the two teenage girls who wouldn't leave the dock because they wanted to take pictures even though there was a photographer there. They just, okay, that's okay. And everybody.
And did you have a traditional toast and so forth with your meal?
We did, yeah, we did. We had the groom, the mother of the bride, the mother of the groom was me. I did a little welcome, and then the best man did his toast, and then when they poured the champagne for the toast, we have a lot of people who don't drink in our crowd, most of my family and some from Shelley's family. And it was really lovely the way they did it. They came around with they didn't actually have the bottles, but they came around and said to the table, "Would you like champagne or sparkling cider?" And that made everyone just feel really, I think it was just relaxing for those people who didn't drink and who felt maybe a little stigma attached to that. Not everyone does, but for the people who did, it was just part of the program. You can have champagne or you can have sparkling cider. And I think many people don't drink for a lot of different reasons, whether it's religious or whether because it's for health and anything. And so they just did it in a very easy way. Didn't make anyone stand out from the crowd. You didn't have to give your glass to someone or turn it upside down. It was great. They did a beautiful job of respecting that.
Super. Thank you, Sue, very much for your time, and thank you for, well, it's really quite an honor for Migis Lodge that you thought so much of your daughter's wedding that you came back again for another important family event. So we really appreciate that and are very appreciative of your patronage and your coming here, and we hope your son and daughter-in-law have a long and happy life together.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for providing another great Migis experience.
Yay.
Thanks, Mary.